In today's video, I will be telling the stories of how my biases in various kpop groups came to be. Just so you know, I don't stand the majority of the groups that I have a bias in. Rather, I'm a casual fan who listens to some of the music, knows the members, and has a general interest in them. I don't know if you think that's weird, but it doesn't bother me at all. Anyway, the stories I share aren't anything too deep and intricate. So if you came here for some kind of Nicholas Sparks rendition, then honey, you've got a big storm coming. So here's the video. So I started stanning BTS in late 2017, but only decided on Namjoon being my bias like 4 months after. Indecisive things. I also don't think it was because of one specific moment either. What I do know is that I finalized the decision one evening when I was heading to my bus stop from school. I was sort of new into the fandom, and I was still pondering over who made the most sense as my bias. Namjoon came into mind, and I was going over what made him so likable to me, until I found myself straight up cheesing over this dude. And that's where I just decided on it. I also remember standing at the bus stop, smiling so no one could see, because I don't want them thinking I'm a psycho, and being so proud of myself for being a Namjoon stan right there and then. Honestly kinda scares me how vivid this memory is. But yeah, vote June for president. Fun fact, Wheein is my female alt, and not to be dramatic, but I'd literally get ran over for her. I mean, I'm not a guy, but call me a simp for Wheein, and you'd be right. Anyway, I was watching a clip of her from Weekly Idol on one of those unhelpful guide videos, when I was a babamoo, and was getting to know the ladies. It was this episode from 2015 where she wore that yellow 2-piece set. Wheein just looked so you woo to my bare minimum self, because of how petite and cheerful she was, and it got to me. Yeah, this one is a little weird, but feel free to look at it as being the moment that tipped me over the edge and officially made me stan her. I love her. What's this? Another dimpled idol? Yes, at this point this is just me shamelessly admitting to having a type. Soleil. Literally just one interview was what got me sold. It was his iHeartRadio interview with Ellie sometime after Nam and Nana had dropped. He was so cute, like he had me whipped with how wholesome, soft-spoken and kind he was. I mean.
Are you ready? Question 1.
I'm not ready.
Oh, okay. Are you ready now?
No.
Now?
No.
Okay, we're gonna go on. Okay. Yes, but your English is amazing.
No, don't.
No, dude, come on. Every interview I saw you, I was like, yes, Lay. Yes.
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 Oh my
Very
god,
good.
you're so cute.
Oh my god, Lay. You wanna be 친구? You wanna be friends?
Of course.
Okay, great.
I was kinda shook by how I managed to like him so easily, since it was my first time knowing about him, which shouldn't even have surprised me, because people could just breathe, and I'd bow down. The rest of this video will prove that. Wanna see me pick biases, based on the simplest of things again? Here we go. Boom. That was it. Deadass. Yes, I'm a very simple person. But really, that drop grabbed me, and frisbeed me across my tech classroom. I was watching a Verglo's BBC MV during my calm tech class last spring with my best friend on the day it dropped. Dwell not on the fact that I was being a bad student, and instead pass me a cookie for not freaking out in front of my classmates, after having seen Miss Mia snap that hard. So it was that fire lower body drop that made me this interested in her at first, but Mia's very evident talent as a dancer mesmerized me just as much. I do love dancers. When it comes to 80s, I still can't decide on one bias, so for now I have two. Quick question to the universe, why the heck is it so hard to choose an ATIS bias? I swear I've been bias wrecked by each 8 member at some point. That's how one of my guys, Sam, came into the picture. Now, this one may be incorrect, but I think I chose him when I was watching this episode of their codename as ATIS program back before debut. Pre-debut Sun was too adorable. His Uwu presence may have been what pulled me in initially, but then their dance videos came out, and his charisma added the fuel to the fire. Oh yeah, the dimples too. Uno's is actually a lot simpler than Sans. It was this video of him eating this choreography up that made me stan him, or at least that's where it started. He do be kinda cute too though, that played in. He reminds me of a puppy, and I love that. And for the 15,638th time now, here's a portrayal of me biasing dancers because of what they do. Literally belongs in the K-pop Hall of Fame. It was my first time watching CLC, and I loved Seungyeon instantly after catching my first glimpse at the icon. That continues to be the black dress dance break. As the pattern proves, I love dances, and Sun was no exception. So even if the dance break didn't get to me, her overall quality as a dancer would have eventually done the trick. Honestly, 𝒂𝒏𝒏 had always had my attention when I was just getting into got7. I was actually a UG stan for a pretty long time, until JB started rearing his pretty little head at me again, and then I flipped the switch. Me being a JB stan may have been solidified for good when I watched got7's Working Eat Holiday in Jeju. 𝒂𝒏𝒏 was cleaning up after everyone had finished eating, and I guess I really admired how nurturing he looked. Oh my god, I feel ridiculous now. Don't ask why that did it for me, it just did. Sorry to disappoint, but I can't think of the moment where I went, yes, this is who I want to step on me. So for now, I'm just gonna say it's because of Joy's pretty ass voice, as well as her hair in buns. The last bit is more impactful than you might think. Sooyoung, ma'am, I'm so sorry that this was so underwhelming. You're still the only woman ever. Quick PSA.
This my baby, and ain't nobody finna touch him.
Anyway, it's time for my favorite boy in this channel's namesake, Markle. I was watching the Boss music video for the first time and all Mark did was started rapping his solo lines. Immediately, I committed myself to the cult. Like his rap style in that specific verse was just so. You know? To make it even better, when I went down into the comment section to see if anyone placed markers from the MV to help us noobers identify the members, I found his, and they even left a mini description of Mark in there. I learned that his name was Mark, and he was a foreigner from Canada, which is where I'm currently living. I thought that was cool. Those were all it took for me to spiral down the weirdly adorable Markley hole. A little over 2 years later, and he's still to me the only human who deserves rights. So that's it for today's video. I'll treat this as a part 1 video, since I have plenty more biases, but didn't want to cram them all in here. If anyone's out there who would like a part 2, then you can just comment, and I'll pull through for you. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, don't be shy, drop a like.